Hello.
Dana,
Uh,
I just saw you in New York. Dana, we had a lovely conversation.
I'm so happy to be able to speak to you again. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh, me too. Thank you for coming, by the way.
No problem. No problem at all. So here's the thing, what I wanted to know. You know, she's starting to spiral. She's starting to have the nightmares. She could soon be discovered at any moment. What I wanted to know is the desperation to keep her secret of kidnapping Sir. Does she view herself, or could she start to become the villain? Because it's the same pattern that we're starting to see.
Well, I think you definitely can see her beginning to. She's doing everything now. I mean, she's questioning, does she kill him? She's questioning, she can't let him go. That would
Right.
expose so much. Everything has come to a head right now. She's making choices to find missing people that are outside of the law, which she does anyway, but even has taken it a step further. So that sense of desperation with Gabi is she's completely become unhinged. Is she the villain? I mean, I think that is debatable. I think that people have circumstances that define their choices and they're not always right. But when the desperate times call for desperate measures, and she is definitely desperate.
Right. So then with that said, also, there was going back to the I love you moment scene. It still bothers me a little bit
Yeah.
because it seemed like you gave him that acceptance because he was looking for it. That it wasn't I love you, it wasn't a romantic thing. It was an I love you as I accept you. And
Yeah.
by giving him that, so am I wrong with that?
I don't feel like she was saying I accept it. I think that if you look at that moment and if you watch it back, you see Gabrielle, she's heading out the door. Lacey, who is the number one love of her life, is upstairs.
Right.
She doesn't want to be exposed, but more importantly, she wants to keep Lacey safe. Gabi will do anything to save her team, but specifically Lacey. So when the threat of Sir yelling is so large, Gabi in that moment has to give him anything he wants. Yes, you're my partner. She's never said that before. She said adamantly before when no one's asked, you are not my partner. We are not partners. We are not the same. Yes, and then he pushes it a little further because he knows that he can. And that's been the push-pull between Gabi and Sir. He knows how to manipulate her. And what he wants to hear, the I love you, is self-serving. Yes, it is. But when he says that, she's so taken aback that that's what he wants to hear. But also, how does she not give him that and risk Lacey's life or risk being exposed? Is there a moment in her that feels love wouldn't be the right way, not by the definition of how we describe it, right? That's not right. But her conflict comes with your 20-year history with someone. Hate and resentment, there's still some sort of other emotion. That same hate and resentment is still the Gabi that has to be perfect, not because she wants to be pretty for him, but because he's trained her to be intelligent, to read, to look right. That's part of the training. All of that has to do with where she is. So it wasn't about giving him something to satisfy him. It was more of protection and also that battle, that conflict of what does it, you can see when she flips from I love you and how painful it is for her to say that to I hate you with that same even more intense energy, and she kicks it out, kicks him. So it's just one of the most beautifully written scenes because of all of the layers of things.
Can you view that codependency as being her downfall of her flaw?
um I think her flaw is more of being everyone's savior more than the codependency. Is she spends so much time wanting to make sure everybody else is okay and everybody else is healed and finding the missing people, because that's how she's justified in being in the basement, right? I'm going to turn this bad thing into something good because we're going to save all these people. That makes sense when to her, when she says it, she doesn't see beyond that. So her flaw is more her mission than anything else, because she'll do anything for it.
Does the gray line of what can and cannot be crossed, does that still exist anymore?
She's already crossed all that. There's no more gray, right? She's crossed every line in both professionally and personally. She took the drive from Trent. That's not just going above, that is breaking the law. She has someone kidnapped. That is breaking the law. All for good, right? But the lines have been so blurred and so crossed so many times with her. There's no way really back. If the trains are off the tracks and they're not coming back.
For her, her own personal moral sense, is she too far gone? Can she be redeemed?
Of course. I think, of course. Because at the end of the day, the heart of Gabi is pure. The mission is clear. Her purpose to save others and to help them heal is such a heroic way of thinking and being. Selfless. She's a selfless human being. So can redemption happen? Yes, but the healing has to happen first. And that's what I'm excited about when you get to do seasons of something, for the audience to be able to go through where she started and the process of healing, which is not a quick process. So, and there's a lot of falls, and then you get back up, and you fall, and you get back up. So to be able to experience that with Gabi and the team, I think it's going to be beautiful for us to go on that journey with her for seasons to come.
So in a way, she's trying to redeem Sir.
I don't think she's trying to redeem him. I think that in her mind, there is no redemption for what he did. It was a child. You know, this was a child you stripped from their parent. There's no redemption for that. So the quest is not for her to have him help heal cases because that's going to redeem him. No, it's because you're a monster. Help me find these monsters, you monster.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for speaking to me. I love speaking to you as always. Your energy is infectious.
Oh, thank you, Dana. It's so good to see you again. Happy holidays to you.
You too. Happy